আজকে আমরা কিছু নেটওয়ার্কিং এর কিছু প্র্যাকটিক্যাল কমান্ড ওরিয়েন্টেড কিছু প্র্যাকটিক্যাল জিনিস নিয়ে একটু আলোচনা করব। তোরা theoretically এই জিনিসগুলো you have already covered in your syllabus in most of the cases, but we have not seen it practically. I mean, practically আলোচনা করবো বলতে what I want to mean is that there are different networking commands through which we can diagnose or we can set up the networking, I mean the network of a computer or network of a system. So we will discuss those commands. Now in most of the cases the commands are same for any kind of operating systems, any kind of platforms, like maybe it is in Linux or maybe it is in Windows or maybe it is in something else, but in few cases they differ. Minute difference is there. It varies, sometimes it varies system to system. I mean, the commands in Linux, some of the commands in Linux may have some other version or may have some other format for Windows. But in most of the cases, if you see, most of the cases, the thing is most of the cases যদি নেটওয়ার্কিং কনফিগারেশন বা নেটওয়ার্কিং প্রবলেম or নেটওয়ার্কিং সেটআপ এসব জিনিস নিয়ে আমরা আলোচনা করি, then you will find that most of the cases Linux or Unix is much more preferable platform for network maintenance rather than Windows. If you see most of the servers they run in Linux because Linux gives us much more security. Linux is open source. These are some reason actually. It's easy to maintenance like that, but that not means there is no Windows server or all that. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that Linux is much more preferable platform. Linux is much more preferable platform for network maintenance, network management than Windows. So today we will see some of the Linux commands and we will try to run it and we will try to elaborate those things. Later on I will give you one assignment where you will practice these commands on your own and you will write it about these commands in more elaborate way. That will be our pattern of study to understand the Linux commands, I mean networking commands in Linux. So let's start the networking commands in Linux. Second. So we will discuss some of the Linux commands, Linux commands for networking. Okay. But first of all, before starting the discussion about these Linux commands, at first you have to know that in Linux, when you are working as a normal user. Now, to sometimes to run these networking commands, you may have to move to super user mode. Linux has different mode. Like one is normal user mode, another is super user mode. Now super user mode is nothing but the administrator mode actually. Okay, so super user mode. So in the normal mode in Linux, you will get a prompt like $. You know these things because I think you have covered Linux, or I don't know. I mean, have you covered Linux? I mean Unix. Unix কি এখনো করেছিস তোরা না করিসনি বোধহয় না?
না স্যার এই সেমিস্টার আছে।
এই সেমিস্টারে আছে। So you will get it. It's a very interesting thing. It's an operating system. Unix is an operating system like Windows. Unix has many built-in things. Like suppose you want to run C, so you don't have to bring some third-party compiler. Unix has its own compiler like Java. It has Java, it has C, it has C++. It has support for all this. Okay. I personally prefer the Ubuntu version of Linux, but Red Hat Linux, there are different Linux versions. Linux flavors actually. I mean, and the difference between Linux and Unix is that Unix is actually it is a command line interface mode. Unix actually command line interface mode ছিল, সেখান থেকে GUI mode gradually develop করে এবং finally Linux টা হচ্ছে Unix এর একটা flavor based on Unix Linux তৈরি হয়েছে এবং it is basically GUI based operating system. And তার মধ্যে যদি তোরা Ubuntu টা দেখিস, Ubuntu হচ্ছে মানে আমার তো মনে হয় যে মানে খুব কম ডিফারেন্স আছে উইন্ডোজ এর সঙ্গে Ubuntu। আজকের দিনে ওরা 18 বা 19 আমি ইউজ করছি এবং আমি দেখেছি অনেক ভালো research laboratory বলে বা ভালো research organizations বলে like ISI Kolkata I have seen the most of the cases for the research purpose they use Ubuntu because it don't have any licensing thing and all that. It is open source, you can download it and you can use it. Nobody will tell you anything about that, and you will get lot of supports under Ubuntu. But obviously some of the softwares which is designed for Windows only, that will not run. But nowadays I'm getting that most of the softwares have support for Ubuntu as well. Okay, so whatever. So in any Linux or Windows, whatever, Linux and Unix, whatever you say, we have two modes. One is normal user mode, another is super user mode. Now the normal user mode, the command prompt will be $sign, the command prompt. Like in C, like in Windows, if you go to DOS, you will get a C prompt and all that. C prompt, D prompt as per your directory. Now in Ubuntu also has support for command prompt as well as it is support for the GUI environment. Now right now I'm teaching you from my Ubuntu operating system, so I'm getting everything. You can see my document and everything. You can see this every support it has. I can run any software, almost any software on this platform. So so there are two modes basically in Unix: normal user mode with dollar prompt and super user mode with hash prompt. Now the difference between normal user and super user is that some of the configuration related or settings related commands or networking related commands will not run from the normal user mode because of the security and Unix is much more secure actually. It has 3 layers of security: user, group and others. You will learn it gradually. Okay, it's very interesting. Now you can set this security by using command like chmod, or you can set this security by using some other way as well. So these things, so that is your Unix. You will learn it in your Unix syllabus. So there are two modes: normal user mode, যেখানে সমস্ত commands গুলো run করে না। So setting related or security related যে commands বা যেগুলো থেকে security hamper হতে পারে সেরকম ধরনের command run করার জন্য we have to switch to super user mode by using a command like sudo -i. I will show you sudo -i. Sometimes it is in some Unix flavor you will get it like su. Whenever you would write su, whenever you will type su, you will be asked for the administrator password or super user password, and that's if you provide that super user password, your command prompt will be changed from $ to hash, and you will switch to the super user mode. Okay, And so for running the networking commands, we have to move to super user mode. So suppose this is my okay. I don't know whether you are able to see it or not. Suppose this is my, now I think you can see it. My terminal, you can see it. My terminal. Can you see my terminal with dollar prompt? Can you see it? কেউ একজন একটু বলো আমাকে, দেখতে পাচ্ছ টার্মিনালটা দেখা যাচ্ছে?
হ্যাঁ স্যার দেখা
হ্যাঁ
যাচ্ছে।
স্যার।
Okay. So here if I write sudo -i, so I am asking for a password. Now this is this password. I have to provide this password. Now whenever I will provide this password, look at here. My prompt, initially my prompt was dollar prompt. Now it has changed to hash prompt. Initially my prompt was dollar prompt. You can see it, dollar. It was dollar. Now it has changed to hash prompt. Now whenever I am changed to hash prompt, so basically that means I am in super user mode. So any command, any networking command, if I has to run it, I have to run it from the super user mode, because it is the ultimate administrator of this system. It means it is the ultimate administrator of this system. So that is super user mode. Okay. So now let us discuss about some networking commands. Can you see the document now? Useful Linux networking commands. Can you see this? Okay, I'm sharing again. So that is the basically. At first we will discuss a command which is known as if config. If config, config, if config. Okay, this is a command known as if config. Now this if config, whatever you can just read it. If config utility is used to configure network interface parameters. Okay, so it is calling an utility, because command means what? Basically, there are some utility program is written against this command. Okay, basically you can think it is as a function kind of thing. Okay, whenever you are actually, when you are giving a command, means you are calling that function. This is kind of a concept, okay, of command. Because if config, that means what? That means under this command there are some script is written, there is some program is written. Whenever you are calling this, whenever you are firing this command, whenever you are writing this command and pressing enter in your system, that means you are calling that program actually, and that program is doing its job, and you are getting the output. So that is the basic thing about this about any kind of commands actually. Okay, be it Linux, be it DOS, and be it anything. So if config utility is used to configure network interface parameters. Now there are network, you know that network has different interfaces, different parameters like IP address setting, like DNS address setting, any like in TCP, the Windows policy. Okay, whenever a TCP client and TCP server they want to communicate among themselves, you know that there are different mechanisms happen, three-way handshaking method, and lots of things are there in involved, like Windows policy and all that. What will be the length of the windows and all that? I mean, the how many number of frames can be sent at a time, and like that. So these things basically. So these are the interface parameters, you can say. Like, so mostly we use this command to check the IP address assigned to the system. Now this command is basically checked to the check the IP address assigned to the system. That is basically this command is used for. That is if config. Okay. So let us run this command. Let us run this command and see what happens. Okay. Let us run this command and see what happens. And second, let now join. Okay. So let us run this command and see what happens. Now, so here you can write, you can see. This is basically I'm just making it zoom in for you so that it will be more visible to you. So again, I'm just telling you few things, repeating few things, like initially I was in $prompt, that is the normal user mode of the Linux. By giving some command like sudo -i and providing the password, I have switched to the super user mode. Super user mode, the mode which is used for the firing different kind of network related or different other setting related commands or any security related job. So at first my command is if config. So if config -a is an option to the if config. Now whenever I'm writing -a, like it is showing that if config not found but can be installed with apt install nettools. That means if config, this is an utility. What I have told you, if config is an utility. Now this utility is not. It is saying that this utility is not installed. This utility is not installed. So what it is saying, what your system is saying, that you can run this. You can install this by using that command apt install that nettools, that thing. Now whenever I'm writing that thing, now this is installed. Now if I write, so what command I have written, apt install nettools, to install the if config command, because it was not installed previously. It was not installed previously. I have installed it by writing apt install nettools. So it will be shown by the system to you how to install it. Now if I look, if I give this command, so I'm getting this output. Now this output, it is showing. You have to find it out. You have to understand this output actually. Okay, you have to understand this output. Let the screen clear at first, then again I'm right. So now so this is the output. This is the output. Lots of informations are there. Lots of informations. You have to find out. This is the flags and all that, flags related information. There are lots of information starting from here, like flags, now multicasting and all that. MTU, you know these terms actually. You know these terms. You have written. You have studied these terms. Okay. Now this is the Ethernet address. This is the Ethernet address. That is the address of your. That is the physical address of your system. We have learned that we have different two types of addresses. One is logical address, that is the IP address. Another is physical address of the system. So this is the physical address of the system. This is the physical address of the system. You can see this is the physical address of the system. Okay. So so this you can get it. This you can get it. You can get the other informations like your net mask, that is 255 days. Now you can get lots of other informations. This is your another. This is your address. This is your address, means your IP address. It is your IP address. It is actually IP address of my system. It is IP address of my system, and this is the subnet mask. You have studied this subnet mask 255.255.255.0. Now why this is 255.255.255.0, as because my IP address is falling under class C. If you remember, class C means 3 bytes are network ID and 1 byte is host ID only. Okay, so as this is coming under the class C address, so this is the class C masking address. So all these informations you are getting. Okay. So this is you can get by if config. Okay. So your job is to find out the things in much more detailed way, that if config has what other utilities. Okay. So this is if config, first command we have seen. Now the next command is known as traceroute. Now what is traceroute? Traceroute print the root packets take to network host. Destination host or IP is mandatory parameter to this utility. So traceroute prints the root packets That means the packets which will be routed. Route means we're talking about the routing of the packets actually. How that packet will be routed or routed, whatever you say. So trace route print the route packets take to the network host. Okay. So destination host or IP mandatory parameter to this utility. So what is your destination address? That means the suppose the google.com, www, that is the google.com. So if I write trace route google.com, let us see what happens. Trace route google.com. Suppose I'm writing trace route google.com. Okay. So let us see what happens. So we'll write it here. Sorry. I think you have got a big bow in your eye here, right? So trace route google.com. So I'm writing this. Now look at here, how interesting it is. Trace route to google.com. That means from my machine to reach the google.com, that server, Google server, what will be the different routes? What will be the routes my packet has to travel? The destination, the nodes, intermediary nodes. Okay. So that things actually it is giving, that information it is giving. Okay. So at first 172.16.23, before that 192, this is the gateway address. This is the gateway address. Gateway address means the gateway address, that means the address of my service provider's router, you can say. That is the gateway address, 192.168.1.1. That is the gateway address, and to reach that gateway address, it will take 1.03023 ms and all that. So there are some meaning. Now before that you just see the address, the IP address of the google.com is this 172. That means Google server is this 172.217.167.142. That is one of the Google server's IP address. And from and to reach from my place to Google server, the system has to travel, the packet has to travel 30 hops maximum, 30 hops. That means in my machine, between my machine and Google server, there are 30 intermediary nodes. It is showing there are 30 intermediary nodes, so that's why it is 30 hops. That intermediary node may be router, maybe anything else, whatever may be the thing, but that is the number of intermediary nodes, 30 hops. It is saying. Okay, and the gateway address is 192 and this. So in that way, you will get all this information step by step. Okay. You will get all this information step by step. So that is basically trace route. Trace route means I'm tracing the route to reach my destination from my place. Okay, so I can check it. Now see, it is showing that alliancebroadband.in. Now this is basically my machine. My network connection is under alliancebroadband.in. So it is showing its information as well, all the IP addresses and all that. Okay, so you will get these informations. You will get this information. So by using trace route command. Okay. So next, go back to something more. Next command, if you see, this is known as dig. The command is known as dig. Okay, this command is known as dig. Now, dig means domain information wrapper. The full form is domain information wrapper. Is a flexible tool for interrogating DNS name servers. Now you know what is DNS, domain name server. You know DNS is basically it's a database. It's a database of the different websites actually. I mean different servers. কোন সার্ভারটা কার আন্ডারে কিভাবে আছে, ওই সার্ভারটা রিচ করতে গেলে আমাকে কার থ্রু দিয়ে যেতে হবে, কোন নোডগুলো থ্রু দিয়ে যেতে হবে, it will be detected by the DNS, and DNS সার্ভারে এইগুলো সব এন্ট্রি আছে ওয়েবসাইট গুলো. Okay. Now suppose you can get a problem like that. Suppose sometimes it happens. I don't know if you have encountered this problem or not. Like suppose sometimes you are saying that from your broadband connection or from your this cable broadband connection, you are not able to open a page, particular website. It's showing that website is unreachable. It is showing. Now whenever you switch from your broadband connection to your mobile network, suppose you are getting that page is opening. Okay, or this problem can be vice versa. From your mobile it is not opening, from your broadband it is opening. So sometimes this problem occurs. I don't know whether you have got this problem or not. And this problem occurs because of sometimes তোমার যে সার্ভিস প্রোভাইডার, সাপোজ ব্রডব্যান্ড সার্ভিস প্রোভাইডার, তার যে ডিএনএস সার্ভার, সেখান থেকে এই পার্টিকুলার ওয়েবসাইটটা কোনো কারণে তার এন্ট্রিটা উড়ে গেছে। যেহেতু তোমার এই পার্টিকুলার তোমার এই ব্রডব্যান্ড সার্ভিস প্রোভাইডার সার্ভার থেকে তোমার এই পার্টিকুলার এন্ট্রিটা ওই মানে তোমার এই ওয়েবসাইটটা, যে ওয়েবসাইটটাকে তুমি রিচ করার চেষ্টা করছো, সেই ওয়েবসাইটটার এন্ট্রিটা উড়ে গেছে, সেই কারণে সেই ওয়েবসাইটটাতে রিচ করা যাচ্ছে না বাই দ্যাট কানেকশন। বাট মেবি তোমার মোবাইলের যে কানেকশন, তার একটা আলাদা ডিএনএস আছে, তার সেটা আলাদা ডেটাবেস মেনটেন করে, সেখানে হয়তো এই সার্ভার ওই পার্টিকুলার সার্ভারের যে এন্ট্রিটা সেটা উড়েনি, মানে সেই ওয়েবসাইটের এন্ট্রিটা উড়েনি, আছে এন্ট্রিটা আছে, তাই তুমি ওখান থেকে এটাকে রিচ করতে পারছো। সো দিস কাইন্ড অফ প্রবলেম হ্যাপেন্স। Okay, sometimes it happens. It is solved by the service provider again. I mean, it will be complained by you and other people, and then they will get that and they will rectify this. So it happens. Okay, so that is the basic job of the DNS. Actually, DNS tells you how to reach to particular server. Okay, you have seen this tree like architectures and all that. I have taught you like what is DNS and all that. So dig is that command. It performs DNS lookups and displays the answers that are returned from the name servers. Name servers mean DNS servers actually. So suppose I'm writing this command. Suppose again I'm writing this command. Let us see. Suppose I'm writing this command, dig command. I'm again making the screen clear for you. And now the dig command. So dig, which suppose, now this is the thing. I have written dig google.com. I have written this dig google.com. So whenever I have written dig google.com, it is giving you this answer. It is giving you this answer. Now you have to understand when with your experiences, you will get to know what is the meaning of these things. If you study with these commands, study out these commands in more detailed way, you will get what is the meaning of this command. Okay. Every entry has some meaning. Every entry has some meaning. We will not go into that details because we have to just know this what is the utility of these commands for our purpose. So like query time is 2 milliseconds. It is showing server is this 127.0.0.53. Now this is the now কখন আমরা এটা করেছি এবং মেসেজ সাইজ রিসিভড কত হয়েছে and all that. There are different information. So this is basically it is telling about the DNS servers and the answers. DNS থেকে যে অ্যানসার গুলো আসছে সেইগুলো সম্পর্কে আমরা চর্চা করতে গেলে আমাদের এই কমান্ডটা আমাদের দরকার হয়। Okay, so here is the dig command. Okay, now in that way we have several other commands, different including now telnet. You have heard this command telnet. It works at the application layer. I have told you telnet is a protocol which works at the application layer. Now you can check telnet connect destination host, basically put via telnet protocol. If connection establishes, means connectivity between two hosts is working fine. Okay, so telnet basically it is used for remote login. Now it connects two machines, actually two different machines you can connect with telnet. That means if you want to connect with a server with its port number, you have to specify obviously port number, you can connect with telnet. So I have no such provision because I don't have any known server with the port numbers and all that. So that's why I will not show this. You just know that I should know that telnet you can do this. By telnet you can remotely log into a system, another system, by specifying the name of the server and by using the port number and all that. So you can check it, telnet. Okay. Next is NS lookup. Now NS lookup is a program to query internet domain name servers. Again, NS lookup, it's a very vital command. I have seen many times this command is using NS lookup. Now let us see what is the output of NS lookup. Okay, let us see the output of the NS lookup. Suppose Sorry. It is sometimes blowing your ears whenever I am pressing this command. So for that I am sorry. NS lookup. Okay. NS lookup. Suppose google.com. Okay. NS lookup google.com. Now see, this is the output of the NS lookup google.com. Your server is 127.0.0.53. Your address with the non-authoritative answer name is google.com, address is 142.250.67.174, and this is the this address is basically this colon address. This address you can see. Can you see this? The what is the last address? It is written 2404 colon 6800 colon 4009 colon 80f colon 200e. This is basically IPv6. This is basically IPv6. Okay. This is basically IPv6 version. Okay, so you can get this information with NS lookup command, right? Next is suppose we are moving to suppose some more commands like netstat. Now netstat is also a very important command. Netstat command allows a simple way to review each of your network connections and open sockets. Okay, netstat with head input is very helpful while performing web server troubleshooting. Whenever you are troubleshooting a web server, you are troubleshooting a server, you can use this netstat command. Netstat command, it's very helpful. So if you write netstat, it will give you the statistics, network statistics. Netstat means basically network statistics. Okay, so if you write netstat over here, let us see. So this is the output. This is the output you will get from the netstat. Okay, this is the output you will get from the netstat. Lots of informations, connection informations, তোমার machine, তোমার network কার সঙ্গে connected, কত data stream সেখানে এ হচ্ছে, lots of informations you can see. There are lots of informations. It is like this. Okay, কত information দেখো. Lots of informations are coming. Suppose we are moving to the head. So this is basically netstat command. Now this is basically you see the heading. This is the local address, foreign address. Okay, there are lots of informations are giving. Okay, so if you later on if somebody studies with Linux networking or troubleshooting mechanisms, they have to know the meaning of all this. I mean all these things. Okay, it is basically network statistics, how your network is behaving, or you will get the information from there. So next is SCP. SCP is another command. It allows you to secure copy files to and from another host in the network. You can securely copy a file to another machine, or you can securely copy a file from another machine. So that is SCP command. Now SCP, then as it is written, $file name, then in which user and in which path you have to specify. So that is SCP command. Next is W. W prints a summary of the current activity on the system, including what each user is doing and their processes. W, it's a very vital command in Linux. It is. I will not tell you that it is only a network related command. It is basically, it can be checked by anybody. I mean for any purpose. If from my server, if I want to know that in my client machines who are logged in and from what time and from how much time and like that. So that is for that I can use W command. Okay, let us see that W command. Okay, this link will be ended very soon and I will give you another link. So let us see the W command. So this is the W command. Now in the W command it is showing that user TTY means the terminal number from. Now this is logging. This is ideal. কতক্ষণ ideal ছিল. Okay. JCPU, it is CPU timing and all that. PCPU, there are different things. I also don't know all the things. We have to study details for that. So user is HP. This is the name of the user is HP over here. Terminal is 0. Now this is I think it is showing some timing 7টা 47 from 7:47 I have logged in this machine. Okay, and these are the some other informations whatever thing. This is maybe the path is there or like that. So this is the thing. This is basically the W command. Now in my machine right now there is only single person. I'm only I have logged in from my user. Now if somebody else is logging, suppose it is a server and somebody else is, I mean more than one person is logging into that server, so all the information will be shown over here. So that's basically the W command shows us. Okay, so I think you are finding it interesting. I don't know. I mean, I will ask you later on that whether you have get it or not. Next is nmap. Nmap is one of the powerful command which checks opened port on the server. Which ports are opened and on all. কোন পোর্টগুলো ওপেন আছে, কোন পোর্টগুলোর সঙ্গে কানেক্ট করা যাবে and all that. So open port. So nmap is one of the powerful command which checks the opened port on the server. Like nmap, then the server name. Now if I knew some server name, I can show you this command because we are not connected under any server and all that. So still I am trying nmap, suppose. So this thing. So it will not show you much more detail because first of all, snap info map for additional versions. There are some other versions that we can install that is showing, and here we have to know the specific server